Hi, everyone. Sarah's giving me a wave there. Everyone's coming on the call. Gazmon's got back home in time. Hi, Claire. Little wave there from Claire. Can you all hear me, yeah? Good. Are we all excited? Krista's on the call from United States of America. Ooh. All right. Okay, so as everybody's jumping on, oh, Elena, so excited. Me too. It's going to be awesome. Awesome. It's going to start you guys on the right path to have exponential growth in your business, your team, your paycheck. Isn't this what we want? Isn't this why we're here? Yeah, absolutely. Right. Okay, I'm going to start. Is it time yet? It's 8 p.m. on the dot. So I'm just going to press record. I think I was pausing the whole time anyway. I mean, recording the whole time. Right. Okay, so we are the very first boot camp of a 12-week, and it is Monday, the 23rd of September. Very warm welcome from me to all of you. I know some people are not doing area like region group area training anymore to be on this course. So if that is the case, then even more of a welcome. However, if there are people that you know, let them know too. I really encourage them to listen to this call within 24 to 48 hours to get in the flow as well. So make sure that if you miss one, let's say one of the Monday nights for whatever reason, then listen to this recording within 24 to 48 hours as well. Okay, so I know some people aren't going to come on till 8:15. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off my training, but I think I want to get feedback, guys. I want to find out. So when I did the 9 p.m. Zoom last Monday, I was talking about intentional conversations. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of you who've started the ball rolling and will feel that you need more support of what to say to somebody when they answer you and you're not quite ready to have the answer fully equipped, shall we say. And obviously that's the learning process for everybody here. Okay, you're gonna get embarrassed, you're gonna have a red face, you're gonna walk away like, can the ground please swallow me up? We have been through all of that, so that is natural. Okay, it will happen, but the main thing is by going out there and doing the do, you are going to get better. So on that note, starting off, because I'm going to start every call with this, now is the time, now is the season. Let's all create the momentum and do something that our team has never done before and take all our businesses to the next level. Pushing to the end of the year is a launching pad for 2020 and the next 36 months to 5 years. Okay, so who has started the intentional conversations? Put your hands in your air if you have already started doing intentional. Ria has. Okay, Malaya, well done everybody. Tony. Okay, you probably were doing it before this call. Kelly, lots of you. Could you put in the chat then, what have you come across? Has anybody come across a real stumbling block? I mean, they're actually stepping stones, but if we call them, on these intentional conversations, what do we fear the most? What is holding us back? Okay, because we know that we need to flourish. Okay, so Krista, okay, so rejection. Has anybody got a specific example for me of something that happened this week? Because if you have, can you unmute yourself and share it? I don't think I sound good enough, right? Being ignored. Looking like a weirdo. You're going to have to get over that, entrepreneurs. I'm afraid your job is not to care what other people think about you because they're not paying your bills and they won't be at your funeral. All right, not for me, and good luck. That's great. Okay, perfect. So nobody's unmute, that's fine. But with this chat, I'm going to go into the chat at the end and we're going to go through some of these things that you've raised. Okay, good luck, Laura says. Good luck. You know, when you've done it, come back, when you've driven the car. Yeah, all of that. Yeah. Okay, there is nothing here that none of us on the ground working our Arbonne business haven't come across. Okay, And it's just the way we now move forward with how we deal with these emotions. When you get in the car, hey, I love that one. The best, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to come back to this. So, all right, on that note, okay, so if we are, tonight's conversation is about meeting people and having the art of words. I talked about the power of your words last time. So if people fail, okay, so again, the big, unfortunately, dropout in Arbonne or in other network marketing companies or in different teams is because people are so afraid of fear, the fear of fear. And everybody has said this year, rejection, saying the wrong thing. What will people think? What if it doesn't work? What if they fail? What if I fail? People come up with these things. And the point is, we are making it harder than it needs to be because you're thinking before you're doing. And I want people to be doing before they're thinking, all right? Obviously, you've got to go into conversation and you're going to now be armed with what to say when you go into a conversation. But I want you to not stop overthinking, because that is actually where a lot of people fail, stop themselves. They fail because they're overthinking, they're overcomplicating. It's got to be simple, guys. It's got to be natural. Okay, not normal. It's not a normal thing, I know, but as natural as you can be in a situation to turn it around. So we have these thoughts. Now some of them are real because people will say things like the car, and we'll go back to these conversations. But if it's a thought that you've put on the chat, then really think about what you've just said to me, because that thought is your fear that's stopping you from moving forward. And it's only a thought. It's not a real action. Okay, it's not a real point of interest. Okay, so just believe that if you can have a conversation, and I remember hearing something on stage or a training and it said, I want to say thank you, you know, not to all the people, well, to all the people who said no and grew me, but the person who said yes will thank you forever because you gave them the chance of Arbonne. So think of that. All the people who say no, you know, that's irrelevant, but there is that person out there who will thank you for the rest of their lives. And that's what I want you to put on your shoulder, in your ear. You could just be speaking to that one person who directly or indirectly through their network will change their lives forever with the power of what we have in our hands. Do you really feel that power? Because you have that. Exactly, guys. Catherine, that is exciting, right? To know you have the power to change somebody's life forever. So all this stuff going on, and we all have it, we're human, okay? I get it. You've got to step over that. You've got to not allow that to control you, to stop you. The fear of fear, the fear of failure, the fear of, yeah, it excites you. Okay, so I want you to really go out there, because for everybody who said no to me, there's been the yeses who have counted, who've made a difference forever, for me and for them. Okay, so if I hadn't been brave and bold, and I remember another time at GTC, people like Donna Johnson, all these incredible ambassadors of our business model were walking down the stage one by one and saying, thank you to the person who gave them the gift of Arbonne. How powerful is that? They may not even be in the business anymore, but thank you, because of you, I'm here walking the stage. Whatever I've decided, the only way you'll walk that stage is by what? Sponsoring. Asking somebody to have a look at what we have and who we are. That's the only way you're going to walk that stage. And if we know that, if we keep the main thing, then everything else is irrelevant. Your thoughts, I know we're scared, but you know what? You're doing something different to everybody else. The results are different to anything else. Okay, so, all right. So if we go back to fearing that we might forget something in the presentation, we might not understand the compensation plan, that's, you know, that again, it's okay, we all have it, but again, it's going to keep you from owning your conversation, from owning what you already know. And that's why we say you have to trial the products before you say yes to Arbonne. I would never let anyone join my team if they haven't already tried the products, because they don't know what they don't know. So again, You know, it's understanding that your job is really not to care about the answer. And I know we talked about, does a yes mean a yes or does a yes mean a no? Okay, I honestly, I'm not scared. You know, because I've been scared, but I've conditioned my mind, I've conditioned my thoughts. You know, it's become to a point where actually what I love to see, even a yes is not a yes to me, but when I see it move from someone's head to the heart, bingo, that's when I get excited about that person's journey in Arbonne. Like that's what I recognize more than anything. But let's get on to sponsoring. So you've got to understand, this is why people do everything else apart from speak to people, because they make it scary. But you have to really condition that and get rid of that, okay? Intentional conversations are conversations that begin with a purpose to sooner or later bring somebody to a decision point. Let me say that again. Intentional conversations are conversations that begin with a purpose to sooner or later bring somebody to a decision point. So remember, I'm not concerned if it's a yes or no at the beginning. Woo, that feels good, right? I am not concerned if somebody says yes or no to me at the beginning. I am not concerned of the answer. I'm not expecting a yes and I'm not expecting a no at the beginning. I'm a friend, a stranger is a friend I've just not made yet. I'm just going to engage in someone. I'm just going to speak to somebody and open those doors. So sooner or later, my job is to connect with somebody in such a way that sooner or later, when they get to decision point, it's a simple answer for them. They can say yes to me or they can say no. And if I did have done my job well enough and I've had effective conversations, effective intentional conversations over a period of time, whether it's one conversation, 3 conversations, 50 conversations, I'm going to trust the answer, because it wasn't about me. It wasn't about me wanting a yes or doing Arbonne on and on and on. You know, when you really start Arbonne and you vomit all over people, I was that person. Like literally people still cross the road when they see me today. Like I was so excited, it was ridiculous. Like, oh, like, oh, I look back and I just think, oh my God. But it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. So if I've done my job well enough and I've had these effective conversations over a period of time, I'm going to already know if this Arbonne is a right fit for them. And I'm going to be mature enough to know if it is not the right fit for them or me, as a matter of fact, or me. And I will bless people in my business and I will bless people out of my business, because you know what? I want the right type of person to work with. If I'm going to be on holiday in Maui for the rest of my life, I want to be with somebody who cares as much about me as I care about them. Wouldn't you want that? Arbonne family, Arbonne heart, Arbonne connect, Arbonne, who are we? You know, we're everything that says we are. Yeah, we're all of this. Yeah, I love it, because a new should be district manager of Direct Me, Monica Todd, has that on the back of a business card. I was like, I love that. So check this out. If you ever feel insecure about the person you're speaking to, look at who we are. Every time you go out and do Arbonne, you're representing all of us. We're all with you guys. You're not alone. You're not a secret Arbonne agent. You have all of us standing around you. Feel that, really connect with that. And guess what? When I was new, so raise your hand if you're new in this on here right now. Who's been in, right? Okay, so who's not been, okay, so maybe what, even really 3 months and less, yeah? Okay, so let me tell you, when I had a conversation with people and I was new, I just was authentic and real and told the truth. I would say, I've just started. I'm so sorry. I'm not very good at, I would say I'm not very good at this. Maybe that wasn't the right thing to say, but I would say, I'm not very sure of what I'm doing. Please bear with me. Is that okay? And people were more than willing to help me. They felt, you know, whether they felt sorry for me or just like, oh, bless her heart, look at her. You know, then that's what I did. I was just honest. I just said how I felt. I wasn't trying to be somebody I wasn't. I was just being me, starting out as me. Team of one. Me, a vision, a piece of paper. That was enough. I was enough. Wasn't very good. Doesn't matter. And if I look at the people I sponsored back then, like Nikki Marchant, I don't know how that happened. But it wasn't about me. It was about her and her journey and her vision and the things that she saw that this business could do for her. Okay, so understand everybody you speak to, you know what? They have a mind, they have a voice, they have feelings, heart, and thoughts. They can make a decision when you guide them along the path. And Laura's going to do 9 p.m. training, which is all going to be about your next step exposure. So, all right, here we go. So, all right, so I want you to get a journal. So have you guys got a journal now for these one a day? Because go back to that first recording if you haven't heard it, listening to one a day. Simple, intentional conversation, one a day, whether it's online, in person. I mean, really, I want it to be in person. This is my training here. If you've not, go get something like this, that, you know, and start it and log it. You need to log it because the fortune is in the follow-up. You need to have some form of written. I'm not talking on your phone. Okay, maybe if you get an idea for somebody, but this, yeah, perfect. Thank you. On here, guys, to log, okay? Because this is all very well, but there's magic connection with the universe through the writing, the law of writing, than there is ever on your blackberry, blueberry, raspberry, whatever berry. Okay, all right, so good. Okay, so let's go. Scene one. Here we're going to meet people. Oh, they're everywhere. Oh, so scene one. This is going to be casual. This is the most like casual conversation, the most shortest amount of time you're going to have in front of people. So when you're out and about and meeting pure strangers. So give me examples of scene one. Where am I thinking of? Gym, cafe, yes, perfect. Supermarket, right. Corner shop, country lane, inner queue, walking your dog, yes. Not networking event, that's different. School, park, yeah, queue in the shops, perfect. So snippets of time, okay. Okay, so I want pen and paper, everybody. Number one, let's write. Let's get writing this down. You're going to be the best copycat. This is what we do. We plug in and we be the best version of our leaders, the ones who have walked the path. Pub, perfect. Things in a pub, Kelly. I tend to get great conversations and I get drunk and then I can't remember what I said. And then I'm like, damn it. And I've got like 7 people and I'm like, shit, I don't remember. Like, you know, that's not always the best idea, but it's a very good idea. As long as you say slightly sober. Right, okay, so here we go. So number one, start casual. Casual. This is for strangers. Casual, and now you should know casual because I trained in this last week. What is casual? So everybody talks casual. We're easy. Casual's easy. Everyone's comfortable with casual. Weather. Have you got the time? You know, I want you to talk about what you can see going on in front of you. So if you're in the school playground, talk about the new play gym. Talk about, you know what, talk about the, oh, I don't know, let's say the parking situation. Like, talk about, I want it to be natural. Your environment is natural, okay? If you're in the gym, talk about a new apparatus. Talk about the music. Just, like, stuff, okay? No one thinks anything more or less of stuff. And we're all very good at that. We've done it all our lives. Great. So that's what you're going to do just to connect. Hey, how are you? You know, like, what do you, have you got the time? Or, you know, how long have you been waiting here for? How long does it take you to get here? Okay, so you would just, now I want you to sort of say that, like, just to introduce yourself, no more, no less, okay? So you're just talking to somebody and they're talking back. Then you switch to intentional. And you're going to say, this is where you're going to say, so if you're in a shop queue or in a pub or whatever, are you local? You're different, obviously, if you're mom in a school, but, or how long have you lived here for? Or how old are your kids? Right? Now you're asking them specific questions about them. So it's not the general weather, it's about them. Okay, so write this down. So you're doing, do you work? Unless you're at a place of work, but do you work? You know, how long have you lived here? What do you do? Everybody is very comfortable. It's almost like the second or third question you would ask an intentional question is, what do you do? Everyone's happy to answer that. That's a intentional, normal question, not weird. What do you do? Now, people love to share their lives. because we've all got a radio channel playing WIIFM. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You are caring Arbonne soldiers. Okay, so now they're going to answer you. Now you listen, ears to listen, okay? And I want you to come back. So only 2 or 3 questions, okay? Maybe even, I mean, this is, you haven't got much time. Maybe only 1, okay? Because you're getting to the front of the queue. Now you need to come back in a way that, so this is number 3, guys, for all you squares who like to go 1, 2, 3, okay? This is where you come back with something that connects to them. So let's say whatever their answer is, this is why you have to listen. Don't panic about what to say next. This is where you're going wrong. You don't have to say anything. You just listen and respond. So you can say, you know what, I agree with you. We've got some great parks around here. Let's say in the school playground. Oh, you know what? Oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, my sister, she's also a dental assistant. Like, she, you know, she does that as well. Or, oh, I used to also live abroad. Yeah? So now you're connecting with them in their world. Because it's always about them, it's not about you. Okay? That's, now you're pretty much coming to number 4. If you'll know in that situation if you've got a bit more time, less time, but you're generally always going to do this. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 4 is this will be the end of your intentional conversation. It'll be say, hey, do you know what? I'd love to connect again or meet up for coffee. You know, would you be open? Like, are you on Facebook? I don't even say, would you be open? I say, hey, you know what? I'd love to meet you again for coffee. Or I'd love to connect with you if they're not local, if they're in a shop queue and they're visiting. Say, you know what? It's such a small world. Like, it's amazing. Who knows? Who knows? Would you like to connect on Facebook? No more, no less. No more, no less. Like, they haven't got time to overthink. It's not weird. It's like everyone is on Facebook because you don't know who you don't know. And you know, and most people will say, yes, why not? And if they don't, guess what? You've done your job, guys. But they will, because that, you know what, you just, who bothers to reach out to people? People go to school, college, they go, you know, and then they go to job, and then they sit in a cubicle in front of a computer screen 9 to 5. They hate the boss, they hate the teamwork, the work colleagues. They go home, they go to the gym, they go on their own, or they sit in front of the TV, and nobody is making the effort to make new friends. And that's probably why it's the so weirdest thing out there, because people aren't genuinely connecting. Yeah, people will almost say, always, Caroline. So what's so important then? Facebook, this is what I do. I give them my phone. And I'll say, can you please put in your name in my phone? And they put their name in my phone. This is so important, right? So I now have their name in my phone. And I say, oh, great, thank you so much. Make sure you 4G or 3G. I then say, I'm going to add you as a friend. I then go onto my profile and I show them my profile. So I say, this is me, Fiona McCarthy. This is my profile. Now you know who to say, you know, who to add friend to, who to connect with, to accept friend. Yay, done. It does really work. It's so simple. It's so simple. Honestly, you'd be like, oh, God, you know. So what I do then as well, as soon as I've got their name, I do a screenshot. Because if I've connected with 5 people that day and I haven't screenshotted them, I'm going to forget who they are. Okay, so as soon as they put their name in, I'm going to screenshot them and it's in my photos to follow up with. So for example, I'm just trying to find something. So for example, the other day I was out and I had like 3 connections. So I screenshotted each of them to make sure that that day I went back and messaged them. So again, if they don't have Facebook, and believe it or not, some people don't, I ask for their number. Okay, I have an album called Screenshots. Amazing, there we go. So I ask for the number and I then put it in my phone and I text them or ring them straight away. I'll say, oh, that's okay. Let me take your number and I'll text you so you've got mine. So I know, so if they're lying, then guess what? It's not going to go through, then the number's not going to ring. So, okay, so then I say, oh, so now you've got mine. Great, we're connected. Okay, Easy. Then they go. All right. Then they go away. And then that day, that day, guys, I will message them as a follow-up. Now, if we've connected to meet for a coffee, let's say, Mom in the Playground, they're easier ones, then what I will do is I'll let them know. I'll say, hey, what are you doing? Let's say I met them on Monday. On Thursday, would love to meet up with you, 11 o'clock Thursday at Costa in Stanford or whatever. So I'm already giving them, don't worry about asking their number. If they're not on Facebook, then how else can you connect with them? Yes, no mention of Arbonne, correct. This is your most casual, simple stranger conversation with strangers, right? So then I'm going to say, would you like to meet? I'll ask them. I won't give them a choice with this. I'll say this day, this time, and this place, because they can say yes or no. That's all I want. Yes or no. Yes. Oh, it's a ring in my ears. Yes or no. Yes or no. All right. If they say no, then I give them another choice. If they say yes, great. Looking forward to seeing you. Now, this is so important. And you can do this on Facebook as well. Right. The day before I'm going to meet them, I remind them. So I send them a text the day before to say, hey, it's Fiona here. Met you then. So I remind them who I am. Super looking forward to seeing you at Costa at 11 o'clock tomorrow in Stanford. That's it. If I don't hear back from them, normally they'll get back to me. If they don't, I will then send them a text at, let's say, 9 o'clock on Thursday morning. If I don't hear back from them, I'll phone them. And I'll say, hey, I'm just worried. You okay? Because we're meant to be meeting, but that's absolutely fine if you can't make it. Just let me know, because I'm slightly concerned something may have happened to you, because I genuinely am. Okay? Then if I still hear nothing back, then I do not turn up. I'm not wasting my time. But normally people will text back and say, oh, I'm so sorry, my son's had my phone, or my battery died, or whatever. Yeah, I can't do it, or I can do it, fine. And then the process just keeps going. All right. So that's the first scenario, scene one. Okay. But you have to make sure that you message them. Fortune's in the follow-up. Okay, that day, it has to be fresh in their mind. Okay, you have to connect. You have already connected if they've given you your number or their Facebook. Don't be worried. They obviously trust you enough to give you their information, guys. That's a great start. You've made a connection. Okay, we're not reading a script. We're connecting from the heart. Okay. So they'll feel that energy. Make sure that you don't feel weird. If you feel awkward, they're going to feel awkward. They're going to pick up on your energy. Smile, be open body language, be receptive, engage, friendly voice, warm and friendly, all of that. Okay, so then that day, obviously I make an appointment, or if the conversation has been to do like sending them a link or whatever, then I'll do that. But I'm not going to go into that because Laura's going to train on that. But that's what I want you to do with strangers. Okay, scene two. This is at a place of their work. So where would we go where other people are working? What type of scenarios are we looking in scene two? So where are people working? Coffee shop, correct. Shop, shopping center, shops. How about hotel receptionist? Restaurant, waitresses. Waitresses are great. Yeah, supermarket, hotel, perfect, gotcha. So now I am good, the zoo. So now, yeah, that's all about, are you into cruelty, like being, animal free and all of that. So that's the zoo, that's great. Garage, right. Anyone and everyone where their place of work, which you're going to on a daily basis for an MOT. Cold calling, I've done that. As somebody's come to me, absolutely. So now what's going to happen is that, again, you're going to start with a high. Okay, casual. So number one, casual. Go back to the engagement is a natural, everybody does it. There's nothing weird about that. If they have a name badge in a place of work, like a hotel receptionist or whatever, you say their name on the name badge. There's a reason they're wearing a name badge, so you say their name. Everyone will have ignored their name the whole day, and you come along at 5 o'clock in Tesco's and you say, hey, thank you so much, Emily, I appreciate, oh my God, you see the smile on the face. They change your entire energy shifts because people have blanked them all day long. So if you haven't already, you need to read this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I can't say the word.
Carnegie.
What?
Carnegie.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Brother.
See? So it's Carnegie. Perfect. Perfect pronunciation. Thank you. And you know what, guys? Again, if you get tongue-tied, laugh at yourself. Laugh at yourself. People like people who are cool, like have fun with this stuff, right? It's a game. Life is a game. Play the game. Like, I never took myself seriously. I took what I did, but you know what? There's no, if I mess up, so what? I'm going, oh my God, like, the funnier the better. People love funny people because it makes them feel good about themselves. All right, read this book if you haven't already. It's really important. Okay, so then, all right. So then, so basically, I've got a little bit longer with these people, but not that long. So let's say I'm gone to a shop and there's always shop assistants doing the clothes. Okay, I'm going to go up to them and say hi, and I'm going to see the name, whatever. I'm going to say, do you mind me asking how long have you worked here for? Write this down. How long have you worked here for? Okay, and they're going to say how long, and then I'm going to say along the lines of, now it's up to you, depends how much time you have. If you've got kids with you and they're pulling at you, but I'm going to say something like, I'm looking for a green dress. Can you help me? I'm looking for a white dress. Can you help me? I'm looking for a green shirt. Can you help me? Oh yes, I'll take you. Now they're walking with you and you have them. So then it's going to say, now you might start with the, hey, hi, how are you? Hi, Samantha. I'm looking for a green dress. Would you mind helping me? Absolutely. Then you're walking. Do you mind me asking, how long have you worked here for? So it depends what you're comfortable in order, but it's okay to ask somebody how long they've worked for before asking them, because you want that experience potentially. Okay. And it's normal. Oh, I've worked here for 7 years, 6 months, whatever. Okay. And then I would say something, oh, so, you know, what did you do before? Walk into the, wherever we're going. What did you do before? Oh, I was at university or whatever. Oh, great. Maybe what did you study? And they're going to tell me. Do you like what you do? That is really important. Write this down. Do you like what you do? So, hi, Samantha. How long have you worked here for? What did you do before? And do you like what you do? Done. Easy, guys. I get somebody's number in 3 minutes like this. Okay, then they're going to say to me, yes, I love what I do. And I'll say, oh, that's wonderful. Why? Do you mind me asking why? What is it you love about working here? I love the people. I love people. I'm a people person. They will tell you, okay, because you're just having it now. It's a very, you know, you're still having that conversation, but it's simple, okay? So they'll say, and I'll say, oh, that's great, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, I'm moving on to a connection. So you had number 3 with the playground, scene 1, this is back to scene 2, so this is number 3. So let me go back. So number 1 was a casual, hi, Emily. Number 2 was the intentional conversation. How long have you worked here for? What did you do before? Do you like what you do? This is number 3, connection. So when they say, oh, they love what they do, I say, yeah, you know what? That is exactly what I love what I do. I'm part of a team who are all about helping others. Okay, that's my 3 connection. I'm going to agree with them if they love doing what they do. Am I going too fast? Is everybody writing this down? Oh, you're good. Yep. Okay. Then if they say in number 2, sorry, so when I say sorry, so number 2, so I'm saying, do you like what you do? Number 2. Number 3, if the answer is no, I don't, I'll say, I'm really sorry to hear that. Why do you not like what you do? All right. And they'll say, because people love to tell you their problems. Oh, boy. Get a whole bucket load of them going. All right. Listen to the answer that will be in alignment with the reason of them to do Arbonne. Thank you, Paul Elizabeth, very sweet. To do Arbonne. So then I would go on with my 3 connection to answer the no. I would say, do you know what? Then I would say, that's why I love what it is I do. Because I am part of a team, and our team raise people up instead of pushing people down. So whatever they don't like, I'm going to give them a reason why I like what I do, because it's the difference. So my connection is, it's the same but different. It's better. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Then guess what's going to happen? Number 4. So remember, it's the same old, guys. So number 4 that we did in scene 1 was, then I'm going to say, I would love to connect with you on Facebook. Repeat the no answer. So if they say they don't like, okay, so no, I don't like what I do, then I'm going to say, do you mind me asking why? And they'll tell me why. And then I will connect with that, why they don't like what they do, by saying, do you know what? That's exactly why I love what I do, because we don't do that. Our team are about helping people, are about sharing, are about caring. That's why, you know, so you listen to what they don't like and you help and you say to them, I agree with you. And that's why I love what I do, because it's the opposite, basically. Your connection is through empowering them to know that there are other choices out there for them. And then number 4, so remember scene 1, number 4 was you're going to ask to connect. So you're going back to number 4 and you're going to say, hey, you know what? Would you be open if I share with you what it is I do? I think you would be really interested in it. So would you be open if I shared with you what it is I do? I think you would be really interested in it. I'm not going to say I think they're really good at it, by the way, because I don't know them. And that's really wrong to say that. And I just want to say, going back to strangers, if you comment how nice somebody's shoes are or somebody's dress, please be genuine, because if you're doing it just to get a connection and you're not genuine, shame on you. Please, that's why I'd rather be a matter-of-fact conversation about the weather, the time. Unless I genuinely love that person. Oh, would you be open if I shared with you what it is I do? I think you would really be interested in it. So now you've got to the dress rail, the shirt rail, you're there, and they're going to say, guess what? Yes? Oh no, because what are we doing? We are going to be having an intentional conversation that is going to begin with a purpose to sooner or later bring somebody to a decision point. It's not hard. A yes is as healthy as a no. Got it? Just speak to people, because people are so lonely out there. Like Nikki Marchand says, there's a quiet desperation, guys. People are alone. You're going with a hand of friendship. You talk about being hope dealers. Oh my gosh, how nice that somebody talked to you about this business. Never forget that when you get scared. Thank you, Jacqueline. Okay, everybody, good, helping me out. Thank you, my little helpers. Okay, oh, Santa, elf, favorite Santa film. Oh. Not even Christmas yet. Okay, so again, that was scene 2. Okay, All right, so again, you're going to go into number 5. So the same with the scene 1 is that you're going to let them know that you're going to send them. Now, I would be sending them a link to this, okay? Because I haven't asked to meet them, but I've asked to send them, okay, a link. So I love the Arbonne Brand Manifesto. That is my favorite link. If you guys haven't got that, you need to get that, okay? It's only 1 minute, 50 seconds, but it shares I just makes a hair stand on my arm. Seriously, the music is empowering, okay? And again, have I even talked about Arbonne? No, nothing. No multi-level marketing, no blah, blah, blah. Just me engaging, connecting with them. I haven't got a script here. You know, if you don't know what it is, ask your sponsor. They can help you with that. I haven't got a script. I am just engaging as a person, as a human to human being with a yes or a no. Okay. So I wrote something down here. I can't read my own writing. Right. Okay. Now, this is really cool. You know where they work. So you're going to ask to send them a link. You think they'd be really, you know, you said, I think you'd be interested in what it is I do. I would then, if I feel a good connection, I'm going to say, hey, do you know what? Can I give you some products for free? if I've got tester samples and I feel them, I'm gonna say, hey, do you know what? Would you be open to this here right now? And if I've got time, I will do that. Or an energy fizz stick is the best. So easy. Here, try this. Because you've got the details, you've got to follow up with them, and it's another exposure. But only if you feel comfortable and they are comfortable, and you'll get better at this. But if not, don't. Okay, don't force it. You've got to be really cool about this. Okay, we don't get awkwardness about this. Because as well, I'm going to say, oh, do you know what? I'd love to drop some free products off to you, samples. Would you be interested? Now, and say, you know what? If they are, I'd go back with it. I'd message them that night, send them a link, and say, hey, I'll pop in tomorrow and drop you full size samples. You bet your dollar, I'm back there tomorrow with a full size, whatever it is they tell you the skin type is. Great exposure. And I hope all of you have got products for people to trial, because you know what, you're missing a huge trick if you haven't. Because like I said to people, you can't join my team unless, yeah, get your products. It's so important, guys. Okay, so next thing we have, and also I've done this before where I've dropped off products and then people suddenly, in the old days, it doesn't happen to me anymore, but they changed the number, because we never had Facebook when I started, but I knew where they worked. So a girl took, was it my FC5 bag, right? And she just disappeared off the face of the earth, but I knew where she worked. So I went into her work and she'd moved. And the boss, who ended up being, still buys the RE9 from me today, but I said to her, you know what, I have to tell you that this person has got this bag. And she said, well, I shouldn't do this, it's data protection, but here's her address. I went to her front door and I knocked at her door. And her mom answered the door and I said, hi, so-and-so's got my bag. And she went, yeah, here it is. I can tell you some stories. Really can. I've lost 2 FC5 bags. I've never lost a gold bag, ever. And I used to give them out to random strangers. Oh my God, let's not even go there. But I didn't know what else to do. But I'm this is why all of you have got the right training now. So don't worry, you're safe with me. Right, scene 3, stall. This is a stall. Okay, limited time, instant connection, 6 seconds it takes somebody in the flesh to like or dislike you. Okay, you're on show here. It's showtime, baby. Stand at the front. You have to engage, smile. I always normally do a primer on the back of the hand. And I say something like, do you know what it feels like silk on your skin? And I will say, can I put this on, please? And I will basically, with my primer, rub it on. For them, they don't do it. And they will, I say it's colorless and odorless. And they'll be like, oh my God, this is amazing. Okay, sometimes a hand cream, but the primer is my number one. And then I'll say, have you ever heard of Arbonne? Thank you, guys. Have you ever heard of Arbonne? Simple, one question, yes or no. I just want a yes or no. Okay, and they'll say, if they say no, then I'll say, hope you're writing this down. Okay, because I'm going to keep it simple again. Oh, it's a 39-year-old Swiss company, vegan, and never tested on animals. Stop. No, Arbonne, on and on and on. Oh, okay, that's an impact right there. Okay, that's an intentional conversation. Oh, great. Okay, so if they say, that's if they say no. If they say yes, I'll say, oh, how do you know about Arbonne? Okay, so if it's not a good experience, they probably wouldn't come up to my store anyway, but let's say it's not, I would then apologize and ask if I can help them to feel better. I would probably give them a free like a fizz stick or something just because I can. And I don't want them to have been damaged by somebody at some point who was one of those people who probably has quit within the first 6 months because they didn't get to ENVP. Like, hello. Yeah? So, if however, so that's if they say no for that. Or if they say they've had a good experience, I'll say, great. Who do you know? What have you used? What products have you used in the past? Because we're getting more products all the time, guys. Are you a regular customer? Who is your consultant? I'm happy. You know, for like 7 years of my life, no one had ever heard of Arbonne. No one. It was like, oh, and when people start saying yes, I was like, oh, phew, hallelujah. We're getting out there, right? So, but you've got the goods and the bads if people have heard of Arbonne. Okay, that's a fair one. So then I will be genuinely interested and I will pave it forward, okay? Because guess what? I've actually had people already, consultants, that, oh, that's great, and I recommend this, if you tried that, or just take it away anyway, I'm sure you love it. And guess what? That big dropout of 6 months, I've had so many people come back to me because I just gave them something for nothing. That's what we do. And they remembered me. My generosity, my kindness, I paved it forward. That's what you got to do, right? That's what you got to do. So, okay. So,
Fiona,
yeah.
I guess just that's one quick question.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when they're finding you 6 months later, how do they find you? When you give them that fizz stick or something, do you give them anything else?
Facebook. I was just about to come on to that. I engage with them straight away on Facebook. Yeah, I just say, hey, or I can give them a card, but I don't normally do that because you give something, really, you're paying them for your business card to walk away. Okay. So yeah, I would say, hey, I'm on Facebook. This is me. Easy. Yeah. Also, guys, so I sell sample packs, okay? So I sell them from anything from £3.50 to £4.50. I have a basket with the price in front, so they see it's not that expensive. Arbonne looks expensive. People don't come and change entire skincare set. So I have little minis of Christmas range. You've all got stores come out for Christmas. I sell the sample packs, and what I'll say to them, I'll show them the actual size. So if it's an RE9, I'll say, would you be interested? Because they don't know what they're looking for. I'll say, would you be interested in sample, in the anti-aging range? Yes, I would. Well, I'm selling these sample packs for £4.50. Let me show you the whole range. And so I go through the steps. I do the toner, and then I'll do the serum. Let's say I'll show them the eye and the day. Okay, and I'll say you can buy this for this amount. It's 5 to 7 days. A dot is a lot, and and normally people will buy for that. And then I'll get the contact details. Ask them, is it okay to follow up? Used to be only phone numbers, so I'd have to always arrange a time. That was a good time for them and a day for them. But Facebook is different. You can do that through Facebook. But again, I'm gonna re-engage with them, affirm and reaffirm twice in that one day if I've got the details on Facebook, or if it's a phone number, let's say, or an email. Some people email, that's fine. Okay. And then I'm going to do the follow-up when I said I will, and say, because I'll say, look, I'm going to contact you in a week's time, and you can let me know what you thought, and if you'd be interested in buying the full-size products at a great discount. Done. Yeah, does that make sense, everyone? That stalls. Now, please be careful, and I would meanwhile, if you've connected with them on Facebook, send them a video of the product line that they're trialing and the brand manifesto. It's all about exposure, exposure, exposure. Okay. Now, can I just quickly say another thing here? If you're doing these prize draw raffles, be careful, because people know you want their details to contact them to follow up, and I hate people who are not honest. Oh, you can win a pamper party, or a facial, when actually they want them to buy. No, don't be like one of them. Okay. If you're going to do it. Make sure you follow through. Okay. Make sure that you do have a prize draw, and you do contact number 1, 2, and 3. Let's say you have 3 prizes. Ask the people, hey, if you don't win, would it be okay if I still followed up with you and gave you a tester sample at a later date? Fits in with your budget. They didn't buy one there and then, but they know you have them. You know what? That's still, and most people will say yes to a free gift, even though I want you always, then I prefer them to buy it, because even if they spend 50p to £1, they're investing the money, and it makes a difference in the way they view their product. If you're giving it all out for free, then guess what? It doesn't get used or goes in the bin. Skin in the game, exactly. Okay, so you know what, and that's fine. I'll always ask permission to follow up, always. So when you do, and remind them, hi, it's Fiona, I met you at the stall. Now when I meet people, I ask about them. I still have a conversation, and I'll put in, let's say I have my clipboard, which I always have. So I have my clipboard. I always have, if people do buy, like, my price list as well, and I'll have, because I want to give them discount. I'm quite happy to get discount. QV is great. You know what, if they buy one at 20% discount, I'll tell them that they're more likely to buy another one, because I've got such a short time. But when I get in the details down, what was I going to say? I was going to say something really good then, I forgot. Oh, I don't know what I was going to say there. I can't remember, it'll come back to me. But the main thing is that I'm going to get their name, and I'm going to get them to make sure. Oh yeah, so I'm going to say, can I come back to you if they say yes, great. If they say no, that's absolutely fine. And make sure that you're like, oh yes, that's what I do. Sorry, when I speak to them about, okay, so if they've got a dog with them or kids, how old are your kids? What's their names? When they walk away with their name on the paper, I'll say they bought an RO9 sachet sample, okay, and a mini hand cream. And then beside that, and I've got the details, okay, and I'll write the name of the daughter, the name of the son, the school they go to, as much personal information. Because remember, what's in it for me? People don't know how much you care until they know. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So when I follow up, I'm going to say, hey, how's it going? How was Olivia's first day at nursery? You know, how was this? Oh my God, human connection. Who does that? Because genuinely, we're an Arbonne family, guys. Okay, we're extending the hand of friendship, like I said. Okay, yeah, always write stuff down. Remember the conversation, correct. Because if you're not doing that, fortune's in the follow-up, okay? And then please follow up and follow through. You've done all that hard work. Normally when you sell sachet samples that can pay for that stall, if it's like £10, £12, do realize you're not going to get people come and buy loads. You never know. I wouldn't buy up front to have them to sell in the day. I would take orders there and then and post them or whatever. But that's how I engage with people. Yeah, write down what they look like. Absolutely. Well, screenshot the Facebook, Helen, if you can do that. Yeah. Okay. So parties. So how long have I got left? 10 minutes more or less. Okay. So again, parties. So if you're asking people to do parties, make sure you talk about parties as well at the stalls, guys, because some people love parties. They're interested. Okay. Don't forget about that side as well. So now we're talking about parties, though, in-home parties, launches, or just parties, let's say. So now you have more time to engage, okay? So you have more casual conversation. So the rule is 80 to 20%, okay? Remember, the onus is always on them. It's all about how you can help them. So a launch party, the same thing. With that new consultant, I'm going to be speaking to her friends who are there and ask them what they think. Let's say I did one for Monica last week. So what do you think of Monica doing Arbonne? And I want to hear about them. I want their stories, because afterwards I'm going to say to Monica, you know what, I think so-and-so may be interested. If doing a party, would you charge a deposit redeemable against any orders? No, I've not done that. Yeah, just as and when, really. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Yeah, but not to say there's right or wrong, but yeah. Okay, so again, I'm engaging on these people for Monica. When she's talking about the products, I'm going talking to the people about the people. Okay. So favorite, last but not least, is networking event. My absolute favorite. This is where you both come in business to business, business to business, business to business. My last 3 people were all from networking events. Okay, so the intention, you would think it would be an intentional conversation right from the start, because you're both with business cards and you both sat in the room to do business. Wrong. You are different. Okay, we are not corporate. We're not ego equals at plus manipulation. It's not how we do this world of Arbonne. Network marketing is completely different. So again, I engage with them as a person. That is a handshake. That one meeting is I'm shaking hands with them, okay? Because I'm asking them about them. I'm aware that they're there for their business too, okay? And I'm thinking of resources straight away. I help people first before they help me. Always, I help people first before they help me. Everything I do, because I will think of how I can help them to engage with them. And of course, there's Arbonne, but what am I doing? Let's go back. My job is to have an intentional conversation, or conversations that begin with a purpose to sooner or later bring somebody to a decision point. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is, because I have that limited time, I'm going to get pretty much, the intention is to say to them, okay, I'd love to meet with you, find out more about what you do. You can find out more about what I do. Let's get a date in the diary there and then. That's my call to action, there and then, in a business. I don't have to go and I get it there and then. They're looking for business, we're going to connect, okay? So make sure there and then you get a time, place, and a date. Because the longer you leave it, the longer they have forgotten. Out of sight, out of mind, and especially if it's a busy networking event. All right, number 2. So back to our 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 2 in scene, we're on scene 4 now, okay, networking. When you meet up, you buy the drink first. You buy the drink. okay? Because you're a giver. Remember, people are in there were looking to take. She owes me, he owes me. No, we don't give, we don't look to take, we look to give. Okay. Now I tell you, I have people say, no, I'll get the drink. That's rare. I want them in my team straight away. Seriously, I'm so excited when I get that, because I'm like, how thoughtful. They have a generous heart. Okay, so you know what? I always get the next drink back, and it makes it easier because I can say, you know what? Next time it's on me. I love that when people do that. But anyway, it's always me that does it first. So then I'm going to talk about, again, ask lots of questions about what they do, and I'm going to come having something to help them with, whether it's a book, an idea, another networking event I think they'd be good at, whether they have got a course I want to go on. Like, I'm going to give them something of me. Always. I'm not just going to go for me, because that's what everyone expects and that's what everyone does. We are different. So that was number 2. Number 3, but I am going to have my products with me. Of course I am. So I'm going to then follow up with, so I'm going to have my products, and I'm going to ask them would they be interested in trialing my products for free, pamper themselves for skincare, 5 to 7 days, you know, and that's what I do. And most people, of course, why not? You know what? I've just given them business. I've just helped them with something. You know, I'm coming from a genuine place. So again, that's fine. Okay. You've got to make sure so the best thing when you give products is to say, you have to meet them again to collect the products. So if you're going to give them a whole bag, then you have to get a date in your diary before you leave to meet up with them. Okay, that is so, so important. But meanwhile, I'm going to be like, because I'm finding out more about them. I can see Jacqueline madly typing. Have you got a question there, or are you just typing? No, okay. So then I'm going to, depending on the interest level. So look, so I'm going to leave them with the products, but the next thing I'm going to do is ask them, having listened to them, they have a business, what they're in front of me for, have you got a plan B? Every time, guys, write this down. This is number 3. Have you got a plan B? They won't even know what a plan B is. They've never thought about a plan B. No one's ever talked about a plan B. They're a photographer, right? Or they are working in a printing, or they are, let me just put Holly mute. So they will never even thought of a plan B. That's how Marie-Louise joined my team. We had a follow-up. I had FC5 bag for her. We actually had lunch, which was our first meeting, and I'm listening about her and her Lovely Designs business. And I said, do you have a plan B? She didn't know what it was. She came into Arbonne not really for the products. It was the plan B. Okay. You're in business, they're in business, they're smart, they already are in business. They're different to a stranger who maybe doesn't have their own business. Remember, you've got, in a way, more of a professional in front of you. Engage with them as a professional. Don't worry about your stranger speaking. So what? Go mess that up. It's very, you know, that's okay. That's your practice. But these business meetings are great because they've already set up and probably spent a lot of money on starting their business. And there will be, for the first 2 years, if they don't quit that first business, they will be not in profit. You should know that stuff. I know that stuff. Okay. And then obviously, and then I'm going to send them a DA for 8 minutes. And I love the Arbonne Brand Manifesto. And maybe, you know, like a, whatever on their trialing. Okay, do you jump around between networking groups? Yeah, I do jump around. Yeah, I've been 2 for forever, WIBN, and another one I've been for, you know, since 2010, I think. And can I say, most of my people, in fact, I think all my best leaders in Arbonne have come from networking groups. All of, yeah, pretty much direct to me. Nikki Marchant, Rebecca was a party, Alison Hutchinson, the last 3 I just sponsored, all networking. Leslie Hughes, Monica Todd, all networking. Networking is powerful because they're already business people. So I need to finish up, and then obviously meet to pick up the products, and you follow up from that. So I hope that all those people's questions, and I can see kind of like, I've got to come offline because I'm hosting the Zoom for Laura at 9, but just going back up to the top, initially what you guys were saying, I hope that that's helped with a lot of those initial, you know, because those are just what people are going to say to stop you. They've given no thought to it. You know what? They just say it because it's easy to say, oh, I'll do it when you do it. You know what? Don't bother with them. Let them go. They're not the right people anyway. Do you want to drag somebody and wipe their arse? Or do you want somebody to be on your team going, come on, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway with you because I think you're the best and I love you and I believe in you and I trust you and I want to be with you. Right. Okay. Mwah. I love you all. Gotta go. Thank you so much, guys. Hope that's helped. It's back to simple, 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 but it works if you work. Okay. Lots of love. See you in the 9. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.